8th mile drag strip, and it's all family oriented. Like it's me, my brother, my dad, my grandma lives on the property. Our grandpa bought it back in 1980, and we've been there ever since. So it's kind of like we grew up on the farm. That was kind of our farm. You know, we rode dirt bikes there and everything. So we grew up have to leave other than to go to your hotel or get some gas for your generator, pretty much. Unless you want to buy expensive race fuel. That's about it.
I put that in my generator, baby. Should be good. Can't be
you better be coming up hot every round. So, but I'm excited about it. Last year worked really well, and it went really good. So I'm excited for this year. Everybody says it's going to be huge. I'm kind of more of a realist, and I said I'm looking for 75 cars in outlaw, not entries, just 75 cars. That'd be 150 entries. That's kind of what I'm projecting. Around 32 cars in dry tires, what I'd like to see, 28 to 32. And then Pro Stock is kind of, it's going to be what it's going to be. I did change the Pro Stock rules a little bit. I made it where you can't run outlaw or outlaw dry tire and enter Pro Stock. So if you enter Pro Stock, you can only run Pro Stock. And I've done that because Pro Stock is really our beginner class up here. I know a lot of guys didn't like it, and they was like, well, you run bracket or you do this and like, or run box stock. And we tried that, but it didn't really work here. A lot of our guys like to tinker, you know, they like to put a new body on the car. They like to change shocks, and they like to, you know, play with gearing, or, you know how it is when you first start a hobby, you want to tinker with stuff. So the box stock stuff didn't really work. So Pro Stock is our kind of entry for drag racing. And I think it's important that RC drag racing as a hobby, we find some kind of heads up, you know, class that can be beginner level, that reduces that barrier to entry for these guys. That way they can come to the hillbilly and say, well, I'm going to run with other guys who are like me. Yeah, I don't have to worry about getting my teeth kicked in by Drew because he wanted to build a Pro Stock and run all over me, you know. So like stuff like that, you know. So it's hard to beat time, you know, in whatever you're doing. So keeping a beginner class, I think, will be important in growing RC drag racing for years to come. You know? Yeah, and I hope they don't think I done it like maliciously, you know, mean, but it's like, it's a cheap class, you know, let's keep it cheap and let the kids play, and let's let, you know, if somebody comes and their wife wants to give it a shot and they've never drove RC cars at all. We all know how it is when you first start. They're a handful, you know, so.
We just want people to everybody. So.
That's true. I'll have to look into that, Brad. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, as far as format, are you changing anything versus last year? Meaning, as far as track being clean, remember y'all would go down and service it. Is all that still to be done the same?
Yeah. So as in service, you mean like line maintenance or like down track? Okay. Yeah. Line maintenance is all going to be the same. I got to look at my entries. I think last year I had 38 or 40 cars in Outlaw. And we ran the whole bracket without having to maintenance the line. And even then, like, we had 7 foot on the starting line, and like, it wasn't bad. We probably could have went another 38 or 40 cars before I had to maintenance it. So I'm going to keep an eye on it in practice and try to kind of keep up with how many runs we got. That way I know Saturday, like, you know how it is. You got to adapt. You know, you don't know until you know. So we'll run Friday. I'll try to keep up with how many runs are. And then, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll just roll with it.
I think the race is going to be very impressed with the track and the maintenance.
I hope so.
You guys
That's
did
what
an
we-
amazing job with
Yeah.
that last year, and I think it
Really
was like
impressed.
after the rounds. That's what y'all did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was cool to me is something I kind of took a stance on it. And the reason I done it is I was like, I've been to a lot of races and y'all have too. The track changes like that. And then you had, maybe top 2 fastest car there. Like I've been places before where I'm like, I'm top 4, top 5 fastest car on the property. Track changes on you like that because no maintenance or somebody ran a bunch of slimy stuff down it right before you and it grabs a tire, goes out there, radio runs away and knocks the tire off. And then it's like, it's frustrating. So what I really aim to do is make the track as good as it can so racers can do what they do best, race, and focus on going fast. Focus on pushing these things to the limit. You might come out there and you might break 3 top shafts this weekend. I don't know. But that's good because you're able to put the power to the car and you're trying to go places you haven't been. So that's what drag racing is all about for us, is pushing those limits, find the next part that fails and then go, we need to fix that so it don't happen again. We always joke about it and say the government leaks technology to drag racers and lets us figure it out before they do it, because we're stupid enough to figure it out. So we joke about that sometimes, but yeah, so that's what we're about. We're about putting on a good race, having fun. You're going to hear me talking some smack on the microphone. Nothing bad though. Like, we'll holler at you and talk smack to CC or something. My buddy Lowe, he's from Cuba, and I say he's all the way from South Carolina.
He
Like
came from
just-
Cuba in a bathtub.
Yeah, just funny stuff.
Y'all terrible. Said he crossed the boat, then we crossed him in the bathtub. Y'all nasty. That's
Y'all,
what
he
y'all-
told me that for years. For
He did.
years, I believed
He
that
did.
mess.
He did.
Oh man. Okay.
It was funny, but we have a good time though. I gave Cody Offenbaker Bisquick a hard time every time he come to the line last year. I was like, well, here goes the starting line, boys. I'm going to get the scraper out. We got Cody Offenbaker in the left lane, like stuff like that. So
You were the only one laughing. Everybody else sitting there like, well, go clean it.
yeah, I know, right? I know, right?
Get that mess up, baby. Get it up.
Yeah.
No.
But we aim to have a good time, man. Come down and try to unwind, try to have a good time. Track fees $40. There's no more hidden fees. That's for the weekend. If you come in on Friday, that's it. There's no gate admission, nothing like that.
On Friday. But if you come in on Thursday, which I know a lot of people are talking about coming on Thursday, we do run our normal test and tune on Thursday nights, and it's $15 per person to get in, 10 and under free. If you come after like 9:20, then you wouldn't have to pay that $15. But if you come anytime before that, it is $15 to get in because that's our normal test and tune night.
Which come in and hang out. We got Shady Side Outlaws that night. We had 11 cars in it last Thursday.
It's a good time.
And they're fast. They're fast. They're running 140, 150 miles an hour. Some of the turbo cars are running a little quicker. So it's really good racing. They're radial cars, and it's a good time. So small tire stuff on a Thursday night at a local racetrack. It doesn't get much better than that.
Come in, go to the concession, get you a bologna sandwich, and just have fun.
Yeah, we're known for our bologna, our concession food. We got decent concession food. Or
that bologna sandwich is off.
A high performance bologna sandwich.
That's right.
And then Sandy, which we call her Gertie, she'll have her cake balls.
Cake balls.
You can't miss those. You gotta come get
strawberry.
some. Yep.
They were good.
Man,
They
them
all
Jones
did.
off the chain.
Really
I cannot believe it. They were good.
Yeah, she be on it.
Yep.
So I've seen somebody ask how many are in the high roller race right now. I've got 8 cars locked in right now. And that's people who have paid. They got the flyer there on the screen. The payout is based on 32 cars at $250 entry. It's 100% payback. These guys that I have locked in have sent me in PayPal or Cash App. If you want to lock in, you can, or if you want to risk it till Friday, that's fine too. But I'm going to shut it. I'm going to shut entries down at 5 o'clock or 32 cars, whichever comes first. So if you want in on it, you can lock in tonight or tomorrow or next week when you see what you might want to see, or if you want to wait till Friday. But just know if once they're gone, they're gone. And unless you want to buy somebody else's spot. So can we pre-order cake balls?
Yes. Yes.
I already got mine in.
Yes. Message me or Lo or somebody or Sandy, and we can definitely hook you up.
I'll hit the Cuban up and tell him I need my normal I usually get one Oreo and then one, what is that? The strawberry joint. Strawberry, and then I had red velvet last year. So
the red velvet
peanut butter. Now peanut butter.
Yeah, she does peanut butter ones now, and they're really good. The Oreos.
Oh my God! Y'all let this Joker come back.
Who? Ryan? What's up, Ryan?
Oh yeah, Big Daddy Ryan messaged me the other week. Was like, I need to get in the high roller race. I said, man, I started to see if he's going to put the late model aside for a bit. You know, I started messaging him about a week. We was on the way to Great Lakes actually when he messaged me. So I was like, man, I'm glad to hear you're coming. So
that's nice.
He's going to be in the winter circle again, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I posted the picture from last year.
He said he's going 2 for 2.
So we'll see.
Oh, he was fast, dude. He
has
fast
for sure.
Him was fast.
Dude, him and Nick went a 37, I think, and Ryan went a 36.
Yeah.
Yes.
But once him and Nick got locked in, there was at one time, every time him and Nick hit the track, there was 9 130 passes in a row from those guys. So like one of them went 4 or 5 and the other one went 4 or 5. Like there was 9 130 passes in a row between the two.
That I mean, that's going to be a good one to watch. I actually want to watch that one, dude. That's going to be, that's going to be badass. Seriously.
Yeah, I don't want Rick and Ken to take all my money. I'll stay out of the high rollers race. Yeah, I had a front seat to the Ken and Rick show in Great Lakes. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're coming too.
Brian.
No, I'm not racing, Eric. I don't race not this race anyway. I race in my local stuff, but not this. No.
There's a gap to pretty body.
So real quick, just tell everyone, I know we got to the big stuff, but we kind of skipped the pro stock. Just let everybody know exactly what the build has to be for pro stock for those guys who may be coming that don't, that's on the cusp of coming, but don't really know.
Like the rules for pro stock?
Yeah, rules for pro stock.
Yeah, it's just like Gary Rose Pro Stock, like you ran with him or about anywhere else, really. So it's open body rule. You can cut the backs out, pro mod bodies, stock pans, stock electronics. It has to be basically an RTR Traxxas, low C, or DR10. And that's about it, really. I mean, everything else is pretty much open. Stock electronics, stock motor. You can intertwine the motor and ESC combos if you want. So you can go Spectrum to Traxxas to Spectrum if you want, or DR10, which I don't know anybody that does, but you could if you want to. So you can change suspension on it, shocks, stuff like that. You're allowed to change. So I've got everything posted in the second. If you look up second annual Luke's Hobbies Hillbilly Nationals, all the rules are posted in under what to expect. So we'll be running NPRC rules for everything else for Outlaw and Outlaw Dry Tire. We'll be checking weight and voltage every round. Simple, keep it moving. And I know some people have been not doing it, but I like to do it. That way, if somebody goes crazy fast, then they was right. You know what I'm saying? It
was tech. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no ifs and or buts about it.
Okay.
So AJ Tabasco, he's going to take a few days off from the meat market and come up here, I believe.
On Sunnyside.
Yeah.
Oh. He coming to check out Sunnyside. Don't get rained on, AJ. Don't get rained on. These boys fast.
Yeah. He's
a butcher. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, he's a butcher.
Daily job, he's a butcher.
His day job? I thought he worked for
Yes, ask him about it.
He has a meat cleaver.
Yep.
It's funny. He's never brought that up.
Yeah, because it's a joke. See,
you wouldn't think that he would be. He doesn't look like a meat butcher, does he?
No, he looks like a psychopath.
He don't look like somebody that plays the meat all the time.
He looks like a serial killer. What are y'all talking about? And now the fact that he played with Cleaver, now I'm scared.
Oh my gosh.
Now I'm scared.
Stop bullying my friend.
I'm going to be AJ Tabasco for Halloween. That's what I'm going to be.
Yeah, bring some bologna. Bring some bologna, AJ.
He can show us techniques to cut the bologna for the bologna sandwiches. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Make sure I stay away from him. Some people might end up missing. Okay. Dry tire rule. So I know you are part of the DTRA. So go ahead and explain how you have to come to tech for dry tire.
You just have to come up, no shiny, glossy tires. I mean, and I know people have a hard time understanding what shiny or glossy looks like, but I don't. So if you have a question, bring it to me and say, does this shiny or glossy to you? And I can tell you yes or no. So If you have shiny or glossy tires, then we're going to get you to wipe it, and then
Regardless
you're
of
going to
it.
pass because some people, they don't want their cars.
Around Christmas time. Last year we did a whole bunch of giveaways. Well, this year, expect no less. We're going to do some giveaways too, and Steve's already agreed to be a part of that, so be prepared. But Steve, tell us what I know it's been a while since you came on the show and talked, but anything new that you've come out with that we didn't cover? I know you've got some new products that's not prep related, if you will, but you want to go ahead and talk on that?
One thing that I'm really excited about that we're starting to see some good traction is the foam tire stuff. I know a lot of guys are doing the Caro syrup and they're coming up with hulls or whatever they touch and is sticky and they toss in there, but I think we got a good combination of seductive, sexy, all kinds of stuff in a bottle. So again, the sexiest prep is still the sexiest prep in the game. So we're back, we're seductive, we're sexual. When you put this stuff on the ground, if you can't have kids, you're gonna have kids now because it's that good. It's sexy, it's hot, it's seductive.
God.
So
it's PG, remember, Steve. It's PG, baby. It's PG.
Yeah, well, PG-13. PG-13.
I just did a lot of flag words for Facebook just now.
Yeah. So
okay,
it's hot, it's good. It's sexy, so it smells good. So and it's pink too. So
oh
yeah.
God, Jesus Christ.
No,
okay,
you
what is the name of this stuff, Steve? Now I'm intrigued. What's the name, sir?
Yeah, so it's called Aftershock, and it is a foam tire prep. And yes, there's Caro syrup in it, and there's no glue at all. So if you happen to squirt it in your mouth or drink it or eat it or wipe it on your arm, you're good to go. So there's nothing in it that is going to hurt you or any small children around you. So it's good stuff. So yeah, so we're happy about that. We've been sending it out to a bunch of people, and we've been getting really, really good results. And so now we're doing really good in the off-road scene, and the oval stuff. We got guys killing it. We have a bunch of stuff in that market. So we got some carpet stuff, and we're working with some people right now to try to get it approved, because I know some of these carpet oval tracks, they're very meticulous of what you put on their expensive carpet. So
yes,
we're trying to go through the proper procedures to get the AOK to kind of be one of the guys that are able to use their stuff at that track, because if I spend $10,000 on carpet, I don't want somebody putting PVC glue on it or whatever somebody thinks is like
right,
the cool thing to do at the time. So so we're trying to get that done. But so we got the drag race, the dry tire, the off-road, the oval, the foam. We got some cool stuff for dry foam, so that's going to be cool too. You know what I mean? So if there's a tire, we got something for it. And then when we're not putting it out, we're thinking about doing something better. I mean, at this point, I don't know if there's a need for any newer preps. I think between me and Jeff, everything's covered. I can't imagine there's another concoction of something that's gonna change the game at this point. We got the strongest and the lightest this and the driest and the undriest and all that stuff. So I'm always thinking of different stuff to kind of mix up and all that stuff. But do we need anything else? Probably not. So I'm sure. I tell you what, I love the foam tire stuff. I can make it in my kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't ruin anything. And if my fingers stick together, I just run them under the sink and I'm good to go again. So
Nice.
I'm
gonna bring somebody on the stage, and with everybody, we just gonna stare at him while Steve talks. But here we go. I'm gonna bring on somebody else.
I'm really uncomfortable with this. I wanted to say that from the jump.
Anybody know who that is?
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's working here? What is? Okay, all right. I'm bracing. I'm ready.
Drew, you know who that is?
I can't see. She made it small.
It is small.
It's Kelly. That's what I said, right? Yeah.
What are you doing, Drew?
I'm doing nothing, sir. How are you?
Pretty good.
Awesome. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You guys thought I died and went away, didn't you?
No, I was still there with you. I saw you. I know that for their VXL cars, they was running bug guts. I saw a couple of posts from you. I'm still here. I'm still here.
I've been watching all you guys, but from the sideline.
I feel you.
I miss you guys. I miss racing.
You coming back?
I'm going to be back in a year and 6 months when I graduate school.
Awesome. Okay. Well, congrats on that, sir. That's awesome.
Yeah, I decided to go back. I'm going to go work on airplanes and make a little money before I retire.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's
Now,
right.
Can you guys hear me okay? I'm on my cell phone. I'm trying to log in online, but if you guys can hear me okay, I'll just stay on the cell phone.
Yeah. You're fine.
Yeah, I can hear you and see you. Okay.
Right on.
What y'all got going on?
All right, Steve. I'll let you take it from here.
All right, Kelly, bring it on.
Well, Steve and I got talking last week, and I'm not retired, but I'd like to have somebody else take Sticky Icky to the next level. So,
Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay.
Kelly, are you getting emotional on this?
a little bit.
I can tell. It's okay, brother. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
Go ahead and tell them, Steve.
Well, I talked to Kelly, I saw the post that he made, and, I'm sure I was shocked as everybody else was, and, I called him on the phone and I said, listen, I know this is a big deal. Every one of us at some point or the other started off with Kelly's stuff, Sticky Icky, whether it was bug guts or, gremlin goo or, cherry bomb. And, I still got tires that smell like cherry bomb. And, it just getting to a point for him where, there's other things more important. He's got to finish school and do some other stuff. And we had a conversation of, not saying goodbye, just passing the torch for a little bit. And so we had a conversation, we came to an agreement, and we're gonna take over the brand, and we're gonna keep Sticky Icky. We're gonna keep everything the same and all that stuff. We're just gonna enhance it, bring it to life, get it in everybody's face, show everybody. A lot of these guys that just came in a year or 6 months ago, they don't know. They might not know what bug guts is or, gremlin goo or, and a lot of people just, maybe forgot or never even knew about it. So we're gonna.
Well, yeah, and that's I'm kind of back, but that is pretty emotional.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
But I need somebody like Steve that's going to stay in there and keep it out in the open. And we've got so much good stuff from Dirt Oval from back in 16, and I kind of let those guys down because I was doing so much drag racing.
Oh, right.
So,
Okay.
and North Carolina, South Carolina. Now you're into foam tire, which Sticky Icky has a whole shitload of foam tire prep for the dirt guys, which still works on asphalt. So Steve and I got talking, and obviously Bug Guts is still pretty killer.
Yeah, it's huge down our way. It's big. It's big.
Yeah, so with Steve taking over, I think he's going to be able to cater to the oval guys and what's left of the drag racing guys. And like he said, the young guys will come in and start using it too, because Bug Guts just works. I mean, it really does, and it's non-toxic. It's hard to get off if you don't know what you're doing, but once you figure out how to get it off, then you're good to go.
Yep.
Wow.
We're going to make videos and show everything, just kind of like we did before. We're going to introduce it, show what it is, show how you take it off, show how everything. So, we're going to talk about how it works in the cold, how it doesn't transfer. There's so many cool things that this product line has that, like I said, so many people don't even know. Well, we're just going to bring it to, the best thing for me is I was always a visual person. So if I saw a video on it, I understood it better than reading it. So, and I feel like a lot of people are that way. So if they see me going blah, 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 this is what you do, versus reading it in a sentence, then I'm like, I got it. I saw what he did with it. You know what I mean? So,
well, that's where I let everybody down, is I wasn't able to do the videos. Plus, I wasn't racing since, it's been 2 years.
Yeah,
I got COVID 3 times, and then I had a back surgery, a hip surgery. Shit, I've been all messed up. I could barely bend down to put a car down 2 years ago.
Oh wow!
But I don't want the brand to die. I want Steve to take it, and I'll still use it when I come back and start racing. I still got some Bug Guts and some stuff, some gangster for my VXL Bug. I'm trying to waffle my other Outlaw car off that's got the MIP in it, but I'll keep the old Beetle forever. I'll die with the original Bug on the shelf.
Yeah, I remember that. Also, my favorite was Pepto Pink, baby. That's what I used to call it. Bug Guts and Pepto Pink.
Hey, and you know what? I'm gonna shove that in everybody's face and show these cats, these young dudes, and these beginner guys. And again, we're gonna show what it can do, what it can't do. And like I said, even if you just do a snail trail, the stuff's fire. You know what I mean? A lot of people just don't know or are scared of it because they never understood how to take it off. But with the donkey butter and the crush and the silly string and the spider, as long as we make a video to say, hey, use this, do this, blah, 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 you're going to go, oh man, it's just like a math problem. Like, I get it. I know how to do it now, because if the reason you're not using something is because you don't know how to take it off, that's silly, because it's awesome. It's good. And once you learn how to do one thing, it's great.
I ran 3 coats of Bug Guts over the top of the Got Stuck in Utah and several other places. You just got to put a shitload on. But guys were mixing it. They kind of stopped telling what they were doing. I had guys that were just not saying what they were doing. They'd put a coat of mine on, or Gremlin Goo, Bug Guts, then Got Stuck, then Red Monster. Yeah, but they're not going to tell anybody that online. So secretly, Sticky Icky stuff has been getting on the tires one way or another. And we got so many conditioners that you guys got to try for the rubber. If you're doing foam, or if you guys are running on dirt, we got 6. I think there's 6 or 7. I can't even remember how many we got. But that's all I got. I want Steve to take it and run with it, and I'll come race with you guys again as soon as I graduate this airline maintenance course that I'm taking. So I got my school shirt on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks good.
I just want to say,
It's pretty fun.
I guess I'll say good job and to you, for everything you've done, Kelly. And I guess I can say congratulations and good luck to you, Steve, as far as keeping it going and keeping the hobby going and trying to, the people,
And now keep in mind too, Kelly is one of the OGs. You know, when I was telling, I forget who I was telling this, but we all came out to Drew's race. I think it was Brad might know better than me, but I think it was in Richmond or somewhere. And the only thing I had ever tried was Papa Willie's Red. And I think Brad or somebody gave me some Beetlejuice. And I put it on for the first time. I might have been telling Kelly this. And I put it on my tire for the first time. And it was so much traction, it ripped the bead off my tire and took the tire off of my rim. And me and Brad Brad just glued them up the night before in the hotel room. And I was like, what the hell just happened? And it was so much traction. I was like, you know, the carpet went flying backwards and everything. I was like, what just happened? And I had to get it off my tires because I couldn't race like that. I wasn't set up for that much traction. I didn't know you could even get that much traction without something sticky. I was like, whatever this is, it's like it definitely it destroyed my tires because it was like I was never used to having this much traction. I had to do a 15-second burnout on a carpet to get even close to what that was. And you know as well as I do, you could do that with the Tekin RX-8, but try to do that now with something. You know what I mean?
Back in the day, we had Drew's whole crew. I think we had 8 or 10 of them.
Yeah, the whole squad. We was with you.
Yeah, we had them on all kinds of stuff. But yeah, hopefully, and thank you guys and anybody that's listening. It's been a good run. And give it a shot again. And Drew, give it a shot for your foam tire stuff. We got a GUI. We got a GUI number 4 that the previous owner told me. For a foam tire. Now, I never tried it, so I'm not going to lie, but the guys in Florida that were doing the 8 scale stuff early on, this is back probably 2021, they were using our stuff called number 4. And Steve will have that. And it's a gooey, slimy stuff, I'm not going to lie, but I guess it worked really well. So I want you guys to try it and let us know.
Okay.
It's worth a shot. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. But I think it might with what you guys are doing.
I believe it is. Now, I haven't tried the foam tire stuff. I haven't gotten the tires yet. But I'm going to grab me a set, and I'm going to try it. My car's still set up. Don't think I ain't got a car set up, guys. I got one. I'll be out there. I'll be back.
That's the same as me. I got them in there, but I'm trying to get some money for school. I'm not working, so I got to get some dough coming in. I'll show you guys. I ain't dead. Check this out. It's a mess, but I'll see if you guys can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
They're all still there, and I still got parts if anybody wants some parts.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so
There go
I'll
the
never
bug
stop.
too.
Yep, that's the OG Beetle from
That joint right there done been to about every track in the country, boy. I've seen that Beetle everywhere.
I didn't make it to the East Coast with you guys. I wanted to. I still can. I could put that thing in if you guys run VXL.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty fast.
Oh yeah, bring it.
Brian, stop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh me.
I tell you what,
Anyway, guys.
hey, we're gonna,
That's
hey
all I
Kelly,
got.
we're gonna get shirts and all kinds of cool stuff. We're gonna bring the ghost back up in everybody's face, and it's good. The whole reason the red monster was the red monster was because of the ghost. You know what I mean? That's how that all came. I saw the ghost. I was like, man, this is killer. We gotta come up with something like that. And that's how the little red guy was born. And then, it was like
But now you
homage
can have a
to
red
him.
ghost.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now,
Yeah.
Steve, as far as what does this mean for you as far as the extra inventory?
This is what I had planned. We're gonna obviously, we're gonna, have to get everything. There's gonna be a little bit of a downtime where everything gets over to me and we figure out how to do everything the proper way. But the Facebook page, we're gonna figure that out. Whether we either get in it or make a new one. And then as far as his website goes, we're just gonna take over the website. and keep doing that. You know, he's going to give me a list of his team guys, whoever his team guy were, you know, whoever they were before. You know, they're going to be still the team guys. We're not going to, you know, get rid of anybody or do anything like that. We want to honor the brand, bring the brand back to life, show the people how, you know, because I got to be honest with you, some of the OG stuff, our stuff, his stuff, other people's stuff is fun. You know, I mean, I wasn't at that race a year or two ago when it was Black Label and I think OG Get Stuck, but I heard it was fire. They said it was amazing. And, you know, I don't think a whole lot of people got stuck or whatever, but the races where, you know, you're not getting stuck and all that stuff, that's some of the best racing there is, you know. And I think once people realize that some of the new guys where they want to race in the cold and they try the bug guts too, or the bug guts and some of that stuff and some of the other concoctions that are going to come out of this mix, it's just going to be fun, you know what I mean? And everything doesn't have to be a 10 coat, you know, ordeal, you know what I mean? So it's a couple coats here and there. I think it's going to be good. So I think it's just going to be a new twist of flavors of stuff into the mix for a bunch of people. And I just think it's, you know, I think this, you know, this is what we needed to kind of give it a kick, if you want to say that, you know what I mean? But something different, something back, the OG stuff back in your face, everything comes back around full circle. Well, here you go. We started off with it and we're going to finish with it. You know what I mean? Here you go. We're going to try it, see what it does, have fun, bring it back to life. So
nice.
Well, I appreciate Steve taking it, and I hope everybody supports him. And it's good stuff. And he's got a shitload now with all of our recipes that I'm giving him, and the website. And you know, there's plenty of help from the old Sticky Icky guys on the Facebook page. So yeah, all I got to do is ask. Don't be shy. Ask away. I'll still be in the shadows. I'll check when I can and help Steve whenever I can. So it's not like I'm disappearing. You guys you still got my personal Facebook page. That's not going anywhere, and anybody can message me anytime.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And one thing I always like to say, there's so many good guys out there. Just because we're on different teams, we can still all be friends. You know what I mean? Just because somebody runs this or somebody runs that, we're still going to go golfing the next day. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean any, like, you know what I mean? Like just because I wear Puma and Drew wears Nikes, we're still hanging out. You know what I mean?
That's the way it should be.
Yeah. I think a lot of guys get so serious. They're just like, they take it as, you know, the friendship's over if you go to this or go to that. And I don't support that at all. I don't support that.
That's happened a little in Outlaw, and maybe Outlaw can change a little, but that's killed every form of RC car racing since the 80s. Yeah, is when everybody decides, oh, my track's better or my club is better. Everybody needs to just get along and go have fun. And remember, this is really started out a kids thing. Yeah. Us old fuckers excuse my language, us old guys got involved. And then, you know, it's not quite a hobby. It's more of a competition sport. But we just got to go back to the hobby roots and think about all the little guys watching and promote them. And then RC cars will be growing for the next 40 years. I've been doing it over, excuse my language, I did it again. 40, oh geez, I was 15 years old when I went to the first off-road worlds in Anaheim, California, racing against Gil Losi, Tamiya. Oh, wow. The Japanese guys were there. I did pretty good, even though there was radio conflicts. Everybody's radios were thrown in the driver's stand and nobody monitoring. So my car had radio problems for the whole weekend, but I still did ninth with all the pros. I mean, Associated was there. Kyosho was there. Tamiya was there. Well, I was running a Tamiya sponsored by a drive-in, actually, and my dad's car lot is how I got down there. But yeah, I was the only little young white kid racing with all the pros.
That's cool.
It's been a few years. I think that was 1982.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing it at 58 years old.
That's good. I think, you know, there's always going to be RC racing in some shape or form, you know, whether it's circle racing or drag racing, this is how I see it. For every guy that gets out, I think there's a guy and his son getting in, and they might not be like a household name, like a Mark Vine or somebody, but it's just somebody that's, going to take a little bit and learn, and they're up and coming, and everything right now foam tire is kind of hot a little bit, and right now I feel like at least at our track, Outlaw's coming back. I think it went away for a little bit, but I feel like it's coming back. We had a lot of entries at our last race. Matter of fact, it was I think more than we've had in a long time, and I think people just, they get tired of it or whatever, just like anything, and then they miss it. And then you come back and it's still exciting. You just get, just like anything else, you get burned out for a minute and then you realize, man, I miss that, or I miss hanging out with these guys, or I miss talking about XYZ or whatever. But it's fun. It's in your body for life. It's just, sometimes other things just happen and you just kind of, get sidetracked by, whatever life's throwing you at the moment. So
bills, that's what sidetracks.
Money.
Bills.
Yeah, we had it good when we were all getting paid when COVID was going on in 19.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the dads were out with their kids.
I tell you,
another
hope
lockdown. No, I'm kidding.
I hope to be doing this till 20 years from now. Hopefully it's around in some shape or form. I'd love to, be involved in this and well after I retire, my real job, even if it's just, selling to 10 guys a week or whatever. I just feel like I want to be in it to the point where even if it's just, helping people out or whatever, but I think it's fun. I like it. The only thing I don't like is, the worst thing about this for me is, when somebody hits you up at 9 o'clock at night and says, hey, I need this tomorrow. That's just hard for me. You know what I mean? But, hey, we've all been there. I've done it. Everybody's done it. Sometimes you just get over sidetracked and, it's like, oh man, I forgot to order this or that, but one thing I will say fantastic about Luke is every single time I've ordered something, I swear it's there like the next day. It's like, I don't know how they do it that fast. I don't know what they do, what magic they got.
Luke's Hobby Prime, bro. No,
I'm telling you.
Sally's Prime.
I'm telling you, I swear they got like a UPS truck just like waiting for me to place my order. Once I hit send, they're like, all right, we're on the way.
That's Brian.
I know their secrets. Their secrets, but I'm not gonna tell. I know their secret.
Yeah. It's Brian on his tricycle running to give you your package.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong, CT. That's wrong.
I thought he sold his Huffy. I didn't know he still had that Huffy, but it was nice.
No, he has a big wheel with a flag on the back.
Right, right.
Yeah, like the first Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
It'll be Nick and then Leo getting started. Let's move on.
Oh man.
Well, that's good, guys. That's awesome to hear that it's not dying off and just going to the wayside. Someone's picking it up, going to continue it on. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Guts, baby. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
It's good chatting with you guys. I got to go talk with my wifey now. Oh, I got married last year too, so that's pretty
Congratulations.
cool.
Oh, congratulations, sir. I thought I saw that. Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm kind of busy with that. But anyway, it's good seeing you guys. And like I said, if anybody needs help, I'll still have access to the Facebook, I think, unless Steve cuts me off. No,
you're good to go. You're in it for life, man. You're good.
Yeah, you guys got my number, and I'll keep promoting when I can.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm
Take care.
duck out.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
talking to you.
See you later.
We'll see you.
That's good.
What y'all think of that?
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Good stuff, man.
That's awesome. I know it's big in y'all's area too, Steve. So,
I got to tell you, it was about 2 years ago. I saw a box that Luke from Luke's Hobbies had, and he was given. It was probably like 500 bottles of prep away, and this was a few years into us doing it, and just just like anything else, as I'm reading this post and this big box of, a million preps that he's giving away, we didn't see any of our stuff in there. And I was like, oh man, that's great. That's awesome and stuff. But, it was just cool to see, how when we first started this, I don't know, 5 years ago, there was a million different kinds. There was a million different guys. Everybody and their brother made prep. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There was 5 or 6 big heavy hitters, and now it's down to 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
It is
yeah. So I mean, it's 2, 3, whatever. There's a few left, and we're gonna stick around as long as there's people that want it to stick around. We never ever will say we're the best, but we're good to have in the box. You know what I mean? Some days it's a this day, some days it's a that day. And I tell people all the time. We got a lot of emails from people that are on other teams and stuff, and I'm like, hey, if you want it, cool. If I got no problem. Like we all want to try different stuff. You know what I mean? Just because I like a 3 Musketeer doesn't mean I'm not going to try a Mars bar. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, why not? Yeah. So, and again, we can all be friendly. We can all have fun. We can all be friends. We don't have to hate anybody because our hat says this or our hat says that. You know what I mean? And again, we want something that's family friendly, fun, that you can bring your son or your daughter or your mom or your dad to, and don't hear people throwing radios across their driver's stand because, let's face it, I mean, this stuff, it's heavy duty, like I've been into it so hard that I was working on my car and people were talking to me that were a foot from me and I didn't hear them because I was so in the zone, and it'll consume you if you're not careful. And the Outlaw, you got to practice every day. It's like golf. You got to do it every single day because if you take a week off, I mean, when we were doing the rear motor, I was doing real good with the rear motor no bar, and then our season ended, and then there was 3 or 4 or 5, 10 people that killed every record that I ever had, and I was like, oh man. So if you don't stay on it, there's 5 other guys that are hungry and want the heat, and they want it. They want that name. They want the fame. They want the everything. You know what I mean? So
They want it all.
they want it all. They want the hats, the shirts, when they want the walk up music when you're walking by. They want to hear the Hulk Hogan Real American.
They want their hero music. I used to come up the shaft.
They want that walk-up music when they're going to the line. They're like, oh, that's so-and-so. Oh, he's signing autographs. Oh, shit.
Brian be signing autographs. I seen that for the first time when Brian had to sign an autograph.
Hey, I still got mine framed over the fireplace that he gave me 3 years ago. He's like, to Steve, with love. And he was like, Vinny. I'm like, all right, yeah.
Let's go. That must have been, you know what I'm saying? Brian, man, dog, he be signing autographs at the shop, taking pictures. I went in there one time, he took a picture with a baby and everything. I'm like, you running for president? Yeah, Brian, what's up?
Hey, he's the man. He's the man.
Brian, are you saying I'm full of it? Did you not take a picture with a child?
I don't remember that.
After you won Florida? You don't remember that in the store?
I don't remember that.
Okay, all right.
They could have. I don't know. I just don't remember that.
Hey, Drew, you know how the modest people are. They're like,
He doesn't remember his fans. Crazy.
You sign one autograph, you sign 100. You know how Brian is.
Getting back on topic. Just get back to the subject at hand.
Okay,
Steve,
what are we talking about?
Are you planning on coming out with anything new as far as Red Monster?
Well, I will say that right now, the foam tire stuff, we have that in a 20-ounce squeeze bottle. And next week, we're coming out with a 32-ounce squeeze bottle of Aftershock because everybody wants the gallon jugs of it. And I'm like, we can do the gallons. I wasn't going to do that till I knew there was a want for it. You know what I mean? I'm assuming there is because every time somebody orders it, they order 4, 5, and 6 bottles. So I guess it's there. You know what I mean? I guess it's the want is there, and
you use so much of it.
Yeah, but the good
Yeah.
thing about our stuff's a little bit different. You don't need as much as others, and I don't know who those others are, but that's what I'm being told when you roll it out. You don't need as much. So ours is you don't need as much to go as much, I guess, as the other guys. You don't need to roll it out as much to get the same performance. So that's good. That'll save you, and the cool thing is when it rains, it washes off, unless somebody throws something in there that they're not supposed to. But what if you make it good? Like we have such a good formula that if there's a decent base on the ground, this stuff's just fire. I'm telling you, it's good. Is it the best? I don't know. You know what I mean? But it seems to be right now. They're doing like I've sent it all over the world, and every single temperature it's doing. If there's a base on the ground, if there's a bare road, it needs a little bit more love. But if so far I've sent it to cold places, hot places, mid temperature places, and they're loving it. They're digging it. And the biggest thing is if there's a base on the ground, that's when it really shines. You know what I mean? Like I said, if it's a bare road, you just blew it off. It's not going to be as good as if, there's a base on the ground, but we didn't design it to be, rip your lips off, on a bare road. So, that's kind of where we are with that. But so we're going to have a bigger version of that. And, we got asked about selling PJ1 in bigger containers, so we might do that. But again, it's if I do, it's going to be so cheap. We're not making any money off of it. I think 4 ounces, what, Brian, $6? You know what I mean? Yeah. If we do an 8 ounce, it'll be $12, or a 16 ounce, it'll be whatever 6 times 4 is. I'm not trying to make any money off that other than just hey, here's something, if that's what you want, you know what I mean? But just want to keep it going, you know what I mean? Keep people happy, and
that's the thing,
doing it. So
and that's something that I want to bring up too, because I know working at a hobby shop, but just as far as feedback for you, just remember that people are this hobby's not cheap. So just remember our pocketbooks when you're pricing this stuff. And that's the same thing I would tell anybody, kind of keep that in mind, because it's expensive.
I don't think we've changed our prices since we even got into this. So I don't know. I guess we'll revisit next year and see if everything can still be the same. Like, I don't want to raise any price on anything unless, PJ1 track bite's $200 a can or something like that, and then I obviously will have to make some adjustments, but, I want to be as, cheap as I can, not to say we don't want to make any money, but how much money are you going to make if nobody buys it? You know what I mean? So I just want to, the people on your team come first. The other people that have never done it before come first. Like, I want them to, everybody always says a bad day at the track is better than a good day at work. And I believe that, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I mean, it's hard enough when you see these dudes blowing up ESCs. It just still trips me out to see that happen. But I guess it's always going to happen. You know what I mean? I mean, no matter what the situation is, somebody's going to blow something up. Somebody's going to break something. Does it suck? Yes. But I don't know. I mean, now that the line maintenance is pretty good. I mean, at least where we run in Southern Maryland at Brad's track, it's they tape it, untape it, try to get all the muck off. They try to do a really, really good job of maintaining it. I think maybe I guess Brad he was talking about maybe adding another lane for the prep or something like that to kind of help people, not get stuck. Because I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody was getting stuck or something. I don't know. I guess I was falling asleep half the time sitting in the chairs. I get sitting in a comfortable chair and people start taking pictures of me with my mouth hanging open. But,
That's because you got that nice trailer you be sitting in, dog. You be sitting
I don't even sit there half the time. Chase is in there half the time.
Watching TV.
Watching TV. And I'm out sitting next to Christina, sitting there trying to get a little air. Because Chase has this brilliant idea that I'm going to turn the AC off and the fans off and shut the slider door, and it's going to stay cool in there. I'm like, okay. So I just sit outside, so I don't know. I like watching what's going to happen, but I do fall asleep fast. It's not hard. And
Nah.
especially, when the heat hits in, if it was nice and breezy, it's starting to cool down now, thank goodness, but I tell you, it's been a brutal summer, you know what I mean? When you're not racing and you're just concentrating on just sitting there and sweating, whew, you know what I mean? It's not hard to pass out in a chair,
No, it
especially if it's a
ain't.
comfortable one. So,
95-degree heat, boy, I tell you.
But, back to Kelly stuff. We're going to keep his website. We're going to refresh it, make it a little sexier, maybe show a bunch of videos on our page, his page, to kind of say, hey, we found a really good way to get bug guts off. We want to show people how to do that. And, just with the other stuff, the off-road stuff, the foam stuff, the dirt oval stuff. There's just so many cool things that I thought, man, we could really do something with this and, let people see how cool this stuff is. You know what I mean? And again, no matter what team you're on, it's good stuff. Just because you're on X team doesn't mean you can't use something on Y. You know what I mean? We all do it. You know what I mean? It's not like you don't just broadcast it to the world. Hey, but, so, it's fun.
It is what it is. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, congratulations, sir.
Yeah.
On that. To you and Kelly. Kelly's been around for a long time, guys.
He's an
started.
OG. He's an OG.
Yep. Gremlin goo, baby. Right off the rip.
Hey, as well as I do, that smell of cherry bomb, you'll never forget that smell. You know what I mean? The first time we smelled it, we were like, man, I know that smell anywhere, So I think that'll be fun to kind of throw back in people's faces. You know what I mean? Like, hey, because as well as I do, Paragon, like back when we used to race oval, you'd crack open some of that and you hear people 8 pits away. Who's got it? I know somebody's got it.
Yep.
So, but it was good being back on here. I hadn't been on here in a minute, and so it was fun to come back on and see everybody and all that good stuff. So, yeah. So just got to work on Brian getting a hat. Everybody else has got a hat but Brian, so we got to.
Yes, and he needs one.
Yeah, we got to figure out what's going on with that. So just tell me what color you need, man. We got you. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I'm excited for you, for Kelly, and for 7-scale racing. I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
Congrats, guys. That's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So, hey, look out for some cool new hats and some shirts, and that's always fun to do. I even told Jeff, I was like, hey, I'll wear one of your shirts. You know what I mean? I don't care. You know what I mean? Send me one. I wear Mike Bush's shirts and Gary from Straight Line. I wear his stuff all the time. So, once Brian Vinny starts making his shirts, I'll wear his shirts too, just like with his name signed on the front, like Vinny, Vinny for life. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll wear that.
As long as he make big people shirts, I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Okay, so Steve, we're gonna have to get ready to jump off here. We got some things in the background that's
man.
It's very upsetting. Very upsetting. I'm not gonna do that on air. I'm not gonna air that dirty laundry out there like that. But
okay. Well, like I said, it was good seeing everybody. It was good talking to everybody, and I had fun. I had a good time.
Thank you for coming in.
All right, big dog.
All right. Well, it was good seeing you guys.
Take care, guys.
All right.
Peace out.
We'll see you guys.
All right.
All right.